Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, strike7sports.com, and I got some new news concerning the Memphis Tigers men's basketball program. So, about a day or two, a day ago, it was announced that Keonte Kennedy was delayed. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Is the latest transfer portal prospect to join the Memphis Tigers men's basketball program. So, according to Jason Munz of the Commercial Appeal, Kennedy has, which is I find interesting, 2 years left of remaining eligibility in his college basketball career. He's been around for a minute. He's been, I think, in college basketball since 2018. Has been a part of a few different other programs leading up to joining the Tigers. He has been a target for the Tigers for a hot minute now. He's a target for the team when Tubby Smith was the coach. But now he's with Memphis. Petey Hardaway is now the new head coach, and he's finally a Memphis Tiger. So according to Munz, is that Kennedy is a two-way guard, a guy that can score, and he played at UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, 6'5", 180. He knows that he would join the Tigers for the 2022-2023 season, and has, like I said, two years of eligibility remaining. He's a Colorado native, a two-time Memphis target. Spent his freshman season at Xavier, then committed to TCU, then has to transfer to UTEP, where he has played the last 3 seasons. And he committed to um, transfer and got in the portal again and transferred to Vanderbilt, but he decommitted. He opted out of that one and decided to go to Memphis. So there you have it. Um, Colorado native, and Penny Hardaway has been trying to recruit this guy since 2019. I think that was the first. I think that was the second year with the program when that was at year they had James Wiseman, all those those are top flight recruits to the program, and COVID came in and pretty much shut everything down. But what's done is done with that situation. You got a pretty good basketball team right now, man. I think Memphis is winning the transfer portal battle, in my opinion. I'm not really haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to what programs such as Duke and Kentucky and KU has done in regards to that in that aspect, but Memphis has been pretty much owning the transfer portal battle. You signed Kendrick Davis not too long ago, who's the number one transfer portal prospect at the time. Had some big time programs after him. He got Kendrick Davis. Then you just came back from right behind that, man. They got Emmanuel Coat. You got the kid from overseas, and well, now I won't say overseas, but from was another transfer portal prospect. I believe he was at UTEP as well, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Give me a second, real quick. Give me a second. Just give me a second, man. Emmanuel Cool and Kyle. I don't want to butcher his name up. But you got, and then you bring back DeAndre Williams, who was going to the NBA. Had plans to play in the NBA, but he's coming back as well. But so far, man, Memphis has been owning the transfer portal battle. And Emmanuel Cole was a highly coveted prospect. Kyle was a coveted prospect. Kendrick Davis was the top flight coveted prospect in the transfer portal, and Memphis has pretty much dominated. Now I don't know if it's NIL or they like to fit with Penny, working with Penny Hardaway, or Penny could relate to those players and all that. I don't know. I'm not gonna make these assumptions because of what or how is he able to bring in these prospects. But if it's NIL, then it is what it is. If you got the funds to do it, you got the means to have that type of revenue to recruit those players to Memphis, and so be it. It's perfectly legal now. It's just that you just got to get all that, put that talent together, and get it to work. And this is a veteran team that we see so far right now. Guys that have played in the league in college basketball, for more than I would say 2 seasons to me. And I seen a tweet by John Martin of 92.9 FM, the 92.9 FM. I think is the Odyssey affiliate for Memphis, the sports network. And they have his projected starting five is Kendrick Davis at the point running the point guard. Uh, at the two, we got Keonte Kennedy, small forward, Emmanuel Lecoute. Six at the power forward at the fourth spot. You got DeAndre Williams at center. You got Kale. So that's a promising starting five. That's a pretty good starting five. A veteran lated starting five right there. And if you put that out there on the court, man, I think if that's the plan to go with that starting five, I think Memphis is gonna have a pretty good shot at having a deep run in the NCAA tournament, getting a higher seed. Last year, where they were the A seed in the tournament, with that type of lineup, man, I think you can beat Houston. You can dominate the AAC next season because I think Houston gonna be the biggest threat. I think SMU is weakened. He had issues with them last year. Cincinnati, we don't know what we have in them. They may be weakened as well. But I think right now it's, the AAC is going to be Houston and Memphis is to lose next season. With this that starting five, Houston pretty much brings out a veteran laden team as well. I think what Penny is trying to do is get guys that have some time and some skills on the wall, some time playing in college basketball. These guys haven't really played at I would say the highest level. They haven't really at programs that are blue bloods, but that's highly skilled players, and that's what you need in the AAC. You really necessarily don't need lottery pick guys to dominate this conference. I don't think you need them to win the national championship, in my opinion. Last year, in Kansas, it's not really a program to me that's had those lottery pick type players to win. National compete for national championships. It's always the teams that have guys that are a little older, a little more mature, that to play, to come together and play. And I think that's really good what they have right now with those with this roster right now. So we'll see how everything plays out in regards to that situation. I don't know if he may be done and he may not be done. In regards to Penny Hardaway bringing in another prospect, but there hasn't been no word on a potential punishment for those violations that were announced right after the tournament for what went down in 2019. I said this before, man. If we get to mid-July, and there's still no word on that situation, I think they're good. I think they're going to be free game to play in the NCAA tournament. Because these guys, knowing these guys got to know what they're getting into when you decide to transfer to Memphis. There was a investigation looming over the program. That sanctions could be brought down, punishment could be come levied. The team could possibly miss the tournament this year, but they so far that hasn't stopped the program. That hasn't stopped the program from luring in top flight talent, bringing in high competitive players to compete for a national championship. Kendrick Davis I think is the steal of the year right there, man. That's the acquisition of the year. You know what I'm saying? And that's what transfer portal pretty much is. It's free agency, in my opinion. It's free agency. You can have all the NIL money you want, and you can probably get the best players and all, but it depends on what you do with that talent once you have it on the court, how you manage it. Just like with the salary cap in the NFL. You can have all the cap space you want, sign the best players, the best offensive linemen, the best pass rushers, wide receivers. If you can't put that talent to work, get it to come together, it was worthless. So we'll see how everything plays out. Now, the next story I want to talk about is the possibility of Emoni Bates returning to Memphis. That's the latest. There's been some rumblings about not Durant, but my bad, Emoni Bates coming back to the program after what happened last season. It didn't, bad falling out between, him, excuse me, him and Penny Hardaway. Haven't really got the full details of what happened, but Penny Hardaway decided to move on. There was other players that left the program. Guys opted for the NBA draft. Uh, Gosh, man, what's his name? Landis Nolly transferred. Tyler Harris transferred again. Uh, Last Keonte went to the NBA draft. And congratulations to him as well. Signed a 2-year contract to Golden State Warriors. A few other players transferred as well, man. Earl Timberlake, I think he hit the transfer portal as well. But the latest is that according to Jason Munz, I got this report pulled up from the Commercial Appeal on the latest that talks about the latest news on that situation. So he did a a mailbag session with his subscribers for the Commercial Appeal. He talked about what was the situation with that. So I'm going to go ahead and read the story real quick. If there's anything Penny Hardaway has shown during his Memphis basketball coaching tenure, is that nothing is impossible when it comes to recruiting. Case in point, there was a time when everyone with a pulse would have bet the farm on Emoni Bates bypassing college. Then Penny Hardaway happened. He went out and signed Jalen Duran, a close friend of Bates, and Bates signed and sued. Speaking of Bate, there was also a time when many believed that he had played his last game as a Tiger when a back injury crept up on him, and he traveled to his home state of Michigan to visit a specialist. Then, as we know, he was back on the floor at the NCAA tournament. And there was a time not that long ago that Bates was written off completely. After all, he entered the transfer portal. No coming back from that, right? Well, let's dig into the mailbag to answer that question and several others on the mind of Tiger fans. So, according to what Mom said, is that it's not out of the realm of possibility of what him returning to Memphis. It's just not. He still return. It's possible. Well, according to what Munn said, I'm paraphrasing here, is that he can come back to the team, man. It's possible. And there's some other people that say that Penny Hardaway is pretty much moved on from him, but we don't know if that's necessarily true. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out how everything plays out. My question is, where would he fit? Where would he fit on the court? You going with a veteran laden team? Is he a guy that's willing to come off the bench and play? You know what I'm saying? Is he willing to come off the bench and sacrifice minutes and still be a contributor to this team? Because you brought in, you got, I would say, outside of DeAndre Williams, you're pretty much bringing back bringing in a team that hasn't played together. 4 new players on the team on a roster on the starting 5. 4 out of 5 players are new faces to the program. According to what Munn said, is that some people believe that it could work if both sides agreed upon the path forward that best sets up base for success, and some believe it doesn't make no sense at all. My thing is, like I said, where is he gonna fit? And according to, I think it's Jason Varner, if I'm not his name is, the guy who works with Chase Vernon, I think that's his name, works with Grind City Media. He was saying that the NBA draft has passed, of course, but he doesn't really have any options out there. No other program is really looking at him hard like that. You know what I'm saying? Not a Duke, not a not a Kentucky, you know. But we'll see how everything plays out. You know what I'm saying? Where would he fit on the where would he fit on the court? If are you gonna talk to those other players on the team and boot them out of the lineup, the projected start five for Emoni Bates? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I think he can still contribute to this team, man. I think he still could be a force in college basketball. Last year is just things just didn't work out. He had his flashes of where he was a really good player, and then it was just some days where the inexperience showed. It showed that he wasn't prepared for college basketball. You know, um, maybe he should have stayed another year in high school and prepared himself for college basketball season. But we'll see, man. It's a fluid situation, and I think that for that five, that projected starting five that Memphis rolled out, I think it's pretty good. That's a pretty good starting five. Looking to see what they do with the bench, man. What the supporting cast around that starting five is going to look like. Because everything, is ties to a bench. How good your support cast is around your playmakers, man. How strong of a supporting cast do you have? So we just got to see how everything's going to play out with that situation. Alex Nomax, the word on the street with Alex Nomax is that he may not come back to Memphis. Now, that's because you have Kendrick Davis now, and Kendrick Davis might be the better option at the point guard position compared to Alex Lomax. And if he does come back, it won't be that role that we're accustomed to seeing Lomax in running the offense. So I don't know if he comes back to the program. But if he does and he agrees to having a lesser role in the team, that'd be great as well. Because I think when Alex Lomax is utilized as a traditional point guard with the team, I think Memphis is pretty good. And we saw that last season, we made it to the tournament, So we'll see everything plays out, man. And congratulations to all those guys that were selected in the, picked up by a team in the 2022 NBA draft. You got Jalen Durant. For a minute, he was with the New York Knicks, and then he gets sent off to the Detroit Pistons. Josh Minor got selected by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lester Keonte signed a two-way contract with the Golden State Warriors. I think that's a great spot for him. I hope he does well with that team. Able to get on, learn a system. Does do what he has to do to excel at the next level. I think he'll be a great asset to that team. If things play out the way we think it should play out, it could play out with him. Glad for Jalen Durant. Got selected by the Detroit Pistons. Could be a great fit to that team. Rim protector, guy that can play defense, get good blocks, guy that can score points. Kind of remind me of a Robert Williams. Could be a better version of Robert Williams, a guy that can score consistently when you need him to. So we'll see how everything plays out. And congratulations to those players, man. So we'll see. All right, man. That's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. Do you think Emoni Bates should do you think it'd be great for Memphis if Emoni Bates returns to the program? And where would you like to see Emoni Bates play at? As a part of the starting five or coming off the bench? Also, your thoughts on Kyvon Kennedy as he delayed his transfer portal prospect to join the Tigers. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out. Enjoy your Sunday.